Hi, my name is Angie Brown-Peterson, and I'm a student mentor in the MBA program. And I'm just going to walk you through your first course today and also go over your degree plan just real quickly, okay? So this is your degree plan, and as you can see, it's set up into the standard 4 terms, okay? And so if you're wanting to accelerate, that's something that you're going to be able to talk to your student mentor about. With term 1, okay, I'm looking at the management and strategy MBA. So if you do the healthcare management or if you're doing the IT MBA, then yours is going to look just a little different. You're going to have some classes that are switched out. But e-business is your first course that we're going to look at. And as you can see, your first term is here. And e-business typically takes a student about 6 weeks, supply chain 8 weeks, human resources 6 weeks. So that's how I've got these start and end dates for my students. If you don't have any dates there, that's fine. You're going to be able to go over that with your student mentor. All right, so let's go ahead and click on e-business. This is the class that I'm going to walk you through and show you where everything is laid out. Okay, so in your My Courses tab, nothing is going to appear. So how to start on your first course, e-business, this is how you're going to access it. Even before the first, you can start working on stuff. So that's kind of why I wanted to show you where everything is laid out. I'm going to go through this quickly because I want you to be able to just kind of reference this and be able to go back. So if you need to, feel free to watch as many times. Something I always like to point out is you can download the course as a PDF right here. Okay, so if you would like to do that, that option is available. One of the most important things is to see what your assignments are, your tasks. So how you access this is you're going to click on this arrow, assessment preparation, and then you're going to click on assessment preparation again. Okay, and this is going to bring up a new window. And as you can see, it brings up a read-only version of task stream. Okay, and so how you actually look at your task, you're going to click on the course name, in this case, e-business. And then it brings up your 3 tasks. I'd really encourage you to look over these tasks and just get an idea of what you're going to be doing for this course. Let's go ahead and look at the first one. Okay, so I clicked on the directions, and it gives you the competencies that you're going to gain, that you're going to show that you're competent in by completing the task. It gives a little introduction, okay, and so basically this course is a marketing course, and you are going to choose a real business. So it can't be a made-up business, it has to be a real business. And the business currently doesn't have an online presence, or at least they don't have a strong online presence. And the reason for this is you are going to be creating an online business expansion proposal for them to move online. And so throughout these 3 tasks, you'll be working with this same business. You're not going to have direct contact with the business owners or manager, so you really are able to do anything. And so with this task, it is a paper. All of your assessments in the MBA currently are performance assessments, which means that they are papers and projects. So this is a paper. Students always ask, what is the length of this paper? And there is no minimum or maximum length to it. But I always tell students a good guideline about average is probably about 8 to 12 pages, okay? And it definitely can be less and it can be more. So don't worry on length, worry on getting all the information that is required in the paper, and then you should be good. Okay, so the task. You can see it says part A. It says develop a proposal for an online business expansion which do the following. And there's 4 parts, okay? Part 1, you're going to discuss how it would be good in an online market, online environment. And so I'm going to go over these a little more in a second. 2, you're going to assess the current online competition. 3, you're going to develop 3 to 5 online marketing strategies. And 4, you're going to discuss 2 or 3 ways that they can use social media, okay? And then the last part of the task is simply whenever you use sources, you have to use APA format for your in-text citations and references. You can Google OWL, so OWL Purdue Writing Center, APA, and you can get great information on APA format if you don't have that already, okay? All right, so this is what you're going to do. You're working on this first task. You're going to choose that business. I always tell students, I worked in a bridal shop, and so the bridal shop that I worked at in high school didn't have a website. They would have been a perfect company to use throughout this whole course, so throughout all 3 tasks, because they didn't have a good website. It really just had their name there. It was real old looking. They would have really benefited from a new online presence. And so you can use a family friend business, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, let's go ahead and click on, we're under that first task still, and I want you to click on the evaluation method. Okay, this is the rubric that is used. Then you're going to click on that view rubric. This is the rubric that is used by the evaluators to grade your assignment. And so you can see the first thing that they're grading you on is just simply your writing, your articulation of your response. Then it breaks down the task exactly what we looked at. Okay, it just shortens it. A1, viability of product or service. A2, A3, A4, and then your sources. To successfully complete this first half, you have to score at least a 3 in every single category. It's not an average, okay? And so I tell students, shoot for this highly competent category right here, okay? Really try to make sure that you're covering everything in this, and then you will be good to go, okay? The other thing is I really suggest is literally use these headings in your paper. So your first heading would be viability of product or service. Your second heading, current online competition, and so on, okay? That way you know that everything is included and it is very easy for the evaluator to grade it, okay? And so you can get started on this first task. And if you have any questions, you can let me know. But I'm going to show you some other things as well. You cannot submit a task until you're officially enrolled, okay? And so you will do that with your student mentor. But you can start working on a task and just hold on to it. And it's getting around the first, and so you can start working, whenever you would like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this task, and then I really encourage you to look over these 3 tasks, okay, and then choose a business. If you can have that, you're going to be in great shape if you can do that in the next couple days. Okay, I'm going to go back to our course of study, all right, and I'm just going to kind of show some things. This is your study plan, okay, and your study plan houses all of your learning resources. And so if you click on Introduction to Marketing, this is really where all of your textbooks, and there's learning videos and all sorts of great things. And so if you click on Traditional Marketing, how WGU sets it up is they put a bunch of different learning resources in there for you, and you're able to pick and choose what you want to read, what you want to watch, that'll benefit you and allow you to get the most learning. And so you don't have to, you can really choose. You don't have to watch all these videos. If you're more of a reader and you can get enough from textbooks, the textbooks might be enough. Okay, and so it just goes by really subject matter throughout this study plan. And so when you click on these different things, it'll bring you right to that chapter, right to that video in Skillsoft. Okay, and I'm going to tell you, Skillsoft does not work well with Internet Explorer. So make sure you use Firefox or Chrome, and you'll have a lot more success. So you can see it just kind of starts, and it's going to have some more videos, some more chapters. Okay. I wanted to point out where the information you're going to need for that first task. Okay, so if you go to this section under the study plan, marketing strategies and methods, okay, and you click on online marketing tools. Okay, when it says part of the task is develop 3 to 5 online marketing strategies, these are 7 online marketing strategies right here. So these would be great chapters to read about, and then pick 3 to 5 of these strategies to use for your business, okay, that you're working on. Then you need to use the textbook, okay, to back up why did you choose, maybe you choose email marketing. Why did you choose that, okay? And you can use the textbook as a reference, okay, on why you chose that as a backup, all right? So that's one of the sections. The other section, if you scroll down, is social media. It asks you in the task, what are 2 to 3 ways you can use social media, for your company, for your business? So here are 2 different textbooks that each have a chapter about social media. So once again, you could click on these. You can read about social media and then use these textbooks to back up why you chose those social media tools. Your main references for this first task in e-business are going to be the textbook, okay? And I'm going to show you a great trick, okay? So this is how I would just encourage you, read throughout this whole study plan, and this is where you really find the content and the learning and the resources to complete your task successfully, all right? One of my favorite things, if you go to Preparing for Success, okay, and you go to your learning resources, all right? These are all the textbooks that are built into this study plan, all right? And so one of the ones we looked at was this e-marketing, the essential guide to online marketing, okay? What is so cool is that this is in APA format. So if you copy and paste this right here and put that at the end of your paper, you have the reference at the end. So you don't have to go seek out that information. And all the books built in are here. Just an amazing, amazing resource. Okay, so like I said, that was under your Preparing for Success, your learning resources. Okay, if you go to additional preparation, let's just walk through some things. Here's a link to the library, very beneficial if you need that. If you ever need help with your writing, you can go to the Writing Center, all right? And you can set up an appointment by emailing this address right here, all right? And they're great at helping you with grammar, APA, anything like that. Course mentors are amazing. I'm going to show you where the course mentors, where you can gain their information to contact them. There's two ways. You can email them or you can have a phone appointment with them. Your student mentor has access to their calendars, and they can see when you have an open time, when they have an open time, and then they can set up a meeting for you over the phone, okay? And I'm also going to show you where their email address is. Okay, activities at a glance. If you want to look at that, it breaks down the course into 6 weeks. It can be a resource you can use. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. And this just will show you the evaluation process, but we already went over that. And so we're not going to go over that again. We just said that you have to score at least a 3 in every category. It's not an average. You have to score at least a 3 in that rubric that we looked at. So you got to aim for that 4 category. All right, so the course mentors, okay? If you click on here, over here on the right top, it says contact your course mentors. What I would use this for is just the email address. I'm going to show you where their updated information is at. So you can click on this email address, and then you can directly email the course mentors. It'll go to all the course mentors for the class, and then whoever can get back to you will get back to you the fastest. Whoever can get back to you the fastest will get back to you. And they're supposed to get back to you within 4 business hours. So you're going to receive a great response, and a timely response. Okay, last thing I want to show you is where the communities are. This is a great resource. A lot of different communities here, okay? And I would really encourage you to look at all of them, but we're going to look at one in particular, the e-business learning community. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Okay, and so every course has a learning community. I really encourage you to look at this for every course. You can see that there's little bios on the right-hand side with pictures of the course mentors. Then there's announcements, okay, and I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to show you one other thing before we go to that. Down at the bottom are recent discussion board questions, okay, and what is great about this is a lot of times my students will find that when they have a question, they're able to come here and get it answered without having to even email a course mentor. It just saves them time. They're able to get insight from students on things. So I'd really encourage you, if you're struggling with something, if you have a question, look here for it first, okay? It might have already been answered. Most likely it has. If you're having the question, probably another student has asked it. Okay, so up to the top. If you click on this Google Doc right here, you're going to be able to get the course mentors hours, okay? And that's where you're going to find the most updated information for them because it's a Google Doc that's in, real-time live information. The webinars and recordings are great. These allow you to basically, get in on maybe an intro webinar to get familiar with e-business in the class. So I'd encourage you to look at that. And the last thing is the most important thing, okay? This is a document that is so helpful. So go ahead and let's click on that. Okay. Hopefully it'll bring up. What this does is this is something the course mentors put together, and it basically gives you insight on what you need to include in every task. So you can see the first task here, and it says viability of product or service. That was your first section in the first paper, okay, in your first task. It tells you specific things that you need to focus on. Then that current online competitor, it tells you specific things you should focus on. And it's going to do that for the whole course and every single task. So really print this off, okay, and use this as a guide. I'd really print off the tasks, okay, that we looked at, the rubrics, okay, also, and then this, all right? And this will really give you some good guidelines on what to do, okay, and what you need to focus on in your paper, all right? So that's really everything. I know that's kind of a lot of information, so if you need to, go ahead and rewind and watch some things over. I just want to, since we have a couple more minutes, I want to show you this. This is just to track your progress, okay? You can see within this study plan, okay, all of these numbers here, all right, in these green boxes, that adds up to 31, okay? And so under preparing for success, let's say your learning resources, okay? Oh yeah, I have to go back to my course material tab. If you ever do that, that's why. All right, I can mark this topic complete. Well, what that does, it marks it blue, okay? And then it gives me some progress. This is only for you to track your progress and where you're at, okay? You do not have to use this. It's just there if you would like to use that. So that's what that is all about, okay? That's a lot of information. Once again, how to get to that, your task, you go to assessment preparation again, click on the course name, e-business, okay? Really get started, okay? Start to look over all 3 of those tasks. That's what I would encourage you to do. Read over it and then choose a business, okay? And then you'll have a good head start and you can go ahead and get started on that first task. Start writing, jumpstart your MBA program. Just be able to get the most out of it right from the beginning, okay? If you have any questions, contact me. Have a great day. Bye.